Hi friends, it's Julia. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today I'm sharing a couple of cards that I created using my stash kit for Halloween that I've recently put together. And I will try and remember to leave a link down in the bottom to the kit in its entirety, which really it's all of my Halloween stash put together. Yeah, I don't have a ton of stash, but everything that I have, I did pull together to create this kit so that I could make some cards and layouts for the upcoming Halloween season. And so I went over to the Christy Marcotte blog. She does cards all the time. She does she'll take a paper pad and use that paper pad to create any number of cards, anywhere from 20 to 40 or 50 cards with one paper pad. And so what she does ahead of time is she goes through and she chooses sketches to put cards together, and then she makes sure to put her dimensions that she needs for the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards. All the dimensions are on her sketches there, and she posts them to her blog. I know she does a YouTube channel where she does the process of putting all of them together. Well, on her blog, she has all the cards individually that she put together with, and the sketch. So you have the sketch, plus if she put together 1, 2, or 10 cards with that one sketch, she'll have it listed out there. And she has the sketches that she used, the card sketches with all the dimensions already written on there. So I go over to her blog a lot, and I follow along as far as if she's putting together Halloween cards, I will go to those cards to get my inspiration if that's what I'm doing too. Or like say Christmas cards, I will go to her Christmas card inspiration as well. I really love her website, her blog, as well as her YouTube channel. She is quite the inspiration. And I am doing a little stamping here. I've pulled out all of my Halloween stamps, and I'm just going through them as I create these cards to use a couple here and there. And so here you see I've got one card completely put together, and I have these googly eyes. I bought them, I think, at the dollar store quite a while ago with the intents and purposes of using them at Halloween time, and I forgot about them until I was in the midst of putting cards together, and then I finally remembered and pulled them out. So I've been trying to use them on all the cards that require eyes, if you will. So it always feels good whenever you get to a point where you've finished cards and they are ready to be mailed out. And I have made, so far, I've made several cards so far, and I still have more to go. But I really want to concentrate on using up I have a 6x6 paper pad and a 8x8 paper pad, and I'm really concentrating on using those two paper pads to create these cards. I really thought I would use my scraps, my paper scraps from the scrapbooking layouts and stuff that I've done, but I think for me, getting the smaller paper pads used up, because I don't use those as frequently with my scrapbooking layouts. So yeah, this just works better for me. And I feel like I'm making a pretty good dent. That was a cut apart sheet in the paper stack, and there's another one too, but I've yet to cut that one apart. So here I'm just going through and bordering it. The other one I used the back side, which was a headstone, and I stamped Beware on it. This one I'm using the ghost portion of, and I just left it intact as the whole square rather than cutting it out. You see on the one on the top left, I cut the ghost image out and then popped it up on pop dots and put it over top of the tombstone. Excuse me. Now I'm just hunting out eyes. This little monster has 3 little eyeballs on it, so I'm looking through my stash of googly eyes to see if I can come up with 3 matching eyes. I don't always get matching eyes, but you know, when I can, it's fun. So I've been going through, and I typically, before the last several months, I think before July of this year, I had been purchasing the card bases as well as the envelopes. I do the card fronts like this, and then I would put them on the card bases pre-purchased. And I have come to the realization that I can get a whole lot more if I make my own card fronts and then just buy the envelopes separately. It's a lot cheaper in the long run. So I've bought a heavier weight cardstock when it was selling at Michael's, the 100 or 110 pound card weight. And it's just, I have white here. It may be cream. I can't tell 100% from the video, and I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it's white. But I just cut it in half. That's one sheet of 8.5 by 11 cut in half. And then I score it with my bone folder. And voila, you have your card base. And so once I get my sentiments stamped on the inside, I will then put my card front on. And those I've got over to the side are all the little images of monsters that I have stamped out using the stamps that I've got. I've got my whole kit kind of surrounding me, so you'll see bits and pieces of scraps, of the little stamped images, the googly eyes. It's all sitting right there. I'm kind of a messy scrapbooker in that way. I have everything out and surrounding me, and as time goes by, I narrow my space in, and I have less and less room to scrapbook on. So those stamped out perfectly. And they just, I love close to my heart stamps, because with the right time and right effort, you really can get a terrific image. Sometimes the ink is a little bit splotchy if your pad isn't wet enough, but I think my black stays pretty wet because I re-ink it fairly often, because I don't want that to happen with the black at all. So you saw there I had my little sketch there that I had copied from her blog, so I didn't have to keep turning around. And so that's what I'm utilizing to create these layouts, though I did mine differently than what her sketch called for. I used different embellishments, etc. So do you create kits from your own stash? Do you have tons and tons and tons of Halloween stash? Do you have tons and tons of other holiday stash? I would love to hear about it and hear how you store it. I haven't pulled out every single piece of my Halloween stash in a very long time. And so pulling out all of my stickers, all of my paper, all of my embellishments was really fun, and it let me see exactly how much I have. And I've also decided when I get done creating these cards and layouts that I'm making for the month of October that I plan to keep everything in an iris container. I think it'll work perfectly. Now I just have to find some place to store those iris containers, or this iris container that is just going to represent Halloween. I have a couple of cube containers over by my window. I may keep it there, but I'm a little hesitant to, only because I worry about sunlight getting to it and, you know, fading out the papers or embellishments. So we'll see. I'll figure something out. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by my channel, and I would love it if you would flip me a thumbs up, especially if these kind of videos inspire you. And then if you are interested in seeing videos made from your stash, with layouts and cards created by using your own stash without having to go out and buy a kit or something to create with, please subscribe, because that's what I do. I don't belong to any kit clubs, if you will. I do belong to a stamp club, and I do buy close to my heart products fairly regularly. And I do occasionally shop, like at Tuesday morning or different clearance or discount sites. I don't typically buy tons and tons of brand new product. Occasionally I will. I'll go over to like Felicity Jane or Elle Studio. I typically buy a lot of embellishments from those sites rather than paper, because I can find paper most anywhere and I don't have to have all the newest, latest, and greatest. I'm okay with having some of the older stuff. And like I said, if that is something that appeals to you, please subscribe, because I do these kind of videos all the time. I'm trying to be more productive in my craft room, so hopefully you'll see the results of that with more YouTube videos. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys on the next video, and I sure appreciate you stopping by. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.